let's talk about HTML attributes. An HTML attribute provides additional configuration to an element. So what do I mean by configure? Let's take a link, for example. I'm going to open up the menu of Anvil's website, and you can see here I've created numerous links to different pages throughout the website. Now, if I hover over this link, you'll see that the words cultural programs and workshops appear. If I hover over about also appears. This is using the title attribute. So we're configuring our links here to show a title. This is the syntax. So you would have a tag such as HTML or body, the attribute name, and then the value of the attribute. So it's important to note that attributes only go on an opening HTML tag. Let's start with a syntax example. The attribute that I will use and the value is just an example. So if we go back to our code, for example here, we would go attribute equals quote value. We can say attribute name like this. The first attribute we're going to look at is the language attribute, which helps define the language of an element. And in this case, it's going to be the language of our document. And our document is in English. It's not just in English, it's in Canadian English. So on our HTML tag, we're going to substitute the attribute name for lang, L-A-N-G, and that stands for language. And you can see here the autocomplete is ready to go. So let's use autocomplete. Let's delete this and go L-A-N-G, enter. So it automatically puts in our equal and opening and closing quotation marks. So the language of our HTML document, as we said, is English. So we're going to go EN, and we can also add a region. And in this case, the region is Canada. Because we're putting this on the HTML tag, this will be applied to our entire document, so we don't have to repeat this again. There are a lot of other attributes and values that we'll get into as we continue on through the semester, but today we're just talking about the important structural components for a basic HTML document. We're just going to stop here.